Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all, and thank you for joining today. I'm Dennis, a product solution architect at Tencent Cloud. Before we dive in, here's something worth thinking about. 53% of users were abandon a site if it takes more than 3 seconds to load. Now imagine trying to serve those users in China, where cross-border latency, regulatory hurdles, and complex infrastructure can slow you down even before you get started. That's exactly what we're here to talk about. Today's session is From Latency to Loyalty: How Global Brands Optimize CDN for China's Market. So we'll explore why China's digital landscape is uniquely challenging, how global businesses can avoid common mistakes, and how Tencent Cloud EdgeOne helps brands deliver fast, secure, and compliant experiences that build long-term user loyalty. And if you'd like to learn more or explore how this could apply to your business, just click on the link provided with this presentation. Now let's get started. Here's a quick look at our agenda. First, we'll talk about China's CDN landscape and its rapid growth. Then we'll explore the typical challenges of offering online services in China across compliance, operations, and performance. After that, I'll introduce Tencent Cloud EdgeOne, our integrated platform that addresses these challenges. And finally, we'll walk through some real customer success stories to show how it works in practice. Okay, let's begin with the market landscape. China's CDN market is growing really rapidly. According to Grand View Research, it's expected to maintain a robust compound annual growth rate of 22.1% by 2030. This growth is driven by a massive surge in digital content consumption, everything from video streaming and online gaming to mobile apps, and a raising expectation for real-time, high-quality user experience. This isn't just about growth, it's a transformation. But growth also brings fragmentation, and legacy CDN models aren't built for this new reality. Many global companies struggle with these three major barriers when entering the China's market. First one is regulatory and compliance challenge, like the requirement for ICP filings and domain registration. The second one is operational and maintenance burdens, especially managing dual infrastructure for China and the rest of the world. And the third is network performance issues, including latency, packet loss, and vulnerabilities to DDoS attack at the border gateways. Okay, now let's have a close look at each one. So first, regulatory compliance. If you want to host in mainland China, you need an ICP filing, and that requires a domain to be registered within mainland China. This complicates deployment and scalability for international brands. You're often forced to maintain two environments, one for global, one for China, which doubles your domain management, infrastructure, and configuration. Worse, some providers falsely imply that their solution bypass regulatory requirements. That's really risky. If your setup isn't compliant, you could face content takedowns, service suspensions, or legal issues. The bottom line is, China's rules are strict. There's no safe shortcut. Always verify your provider's legal standing and track record. Next up is operational challenges. Many companies are forced to manage .com and .cn domains separately, and this adds complexity to DNS settings, updates, troubleshooting, and monitoring. And because of regulatory splits, centralized controls across global China environment is difficult. Some companies try to simplify this by using geo-DNS routing, but even then, they still need two separate infrastructure behind the scenes. So this becomes a huge time sink for DevOps and compliance teams. Then there's performance bottleneck. When data cross the border gateway into China, it often faces congestion, latency, and packet loss. Even if you use CDN nodes near China, the return path to origin service outside China can still create bottlenecks. Plus, border gateways are frequently targeted by DDoS attacks, which further degrades reliability and responsiveness. So in summary, all this makes delivering a seamless digital experience for users in China a real challenge. If you are evaluating entry into China, keep this in mind. First, to ensure full compliance with local licensing. Second, plan for dual domain or dual hosting models. And third, accessibility to mitigate border gateway latency. So we saw our customers struggling with exactly these issues. That's why we created Tencent Cloud EdgeOne, not just as another CDN, but as an integrated edge solution that simplifies your global operations. EdgeOne is our all-in-one acceleration and security platform that brings together everything you need into one unified system. CDN, anti-DDoS, WAF, edge functions, bot management, and cross-border accelerations, all in one single portal. Now let's take a close look at how Tencent Cloud EdgeOne is designed to support global business entering China through three key capabilities: secure, simple, and fast. So first, for security, EdgeOne is built with enterprise-grade protection in mind. We offer 15 terabit second of global security capacity, advanced layer 4 and layer 7 DDoS protection, building WAF and full bot mitigation at the edge. By doing so, all the attacks are stopped early before they reach your origin, giving a peace of mind and reducing risk exposure. The next one is simplicity. Simplicity is key when you are operating across different environments. With EdgeOne, you will get template-based configurations, full API support, and a centralized platform that manages global and China environment all in one place. You can easily enforce OWASP rules, bot protections, and route optimizations without duplicating your setup across platforms. And of course, EdgeOne is built for speed. We operate a massive global CDN POPs with 3,200 POPs around the globe, including 2,300 of them within mainland China. Our infrastructure is supported by huge caching capability, real-time smart routing, and dedicated cross-border VIP acceleration channels. And this really ensures low latency for both static and dynamic content, even when your origin is hosted outside China. Now let's see how these capabilities to solve the three key challenges we mentioned before. So first, regulatory and compliance challenges. While regulations like ICP license and domain restrictions require careful handling, EdgeOne helps you stay compliant through hosting inside Tencent's self-owned and fully compliant data centers, cross-border VIP acceleration channels serving from Hong Kong for customers who do not have ICP license, as well as the security features like WAF and logins that make audits easier and data flow more traceable. And for the second, operation and maintenance burdens. So managing China as a separate infrastructure is costly and complex. EdgeOne simplifies this with a unified management console, automatic traffic rules and security policies, and centralized tools that let you manage global plus China CDN altogether. So there's no need for separate teams, systems, or platforms. And the final one is the network performance issues. So cross-border performance is a major concern, but EdgeOne solves this with one of the largest CDN network in China, our dedicated VIP links that avoids congestion public internet paths, and a smart routing technology that ensures less than 10 milliseconds latency inside China and less than 40 milliseconds globally. And here, just a quick look at EdgeOne's coverage across China. So we have POPs spanning every provinces and regions. So these are all connected via Tencent's self-built high availability infrastructure covering all major ISPs. So wherever users are, EdgeOne ensures fast and reliable delivery. And here just a simplified overview of how Tencent Cloud works. So we route traffic through Tencent's premium POP close to users, including edge servers inside the China border gateways. So outside mainland China, our smart routing algorithms identifies the best path back to origin in real time. And our cross-border acceleration is handled via dedicated VIP channel, avoiding the instability of the public internet. We also block malicious traffic at the edge, which protects your origin and saves costs. Everything works together to deliver content faster, more securely, and in full compliance. Okay, now let's look at some common customer scenarios and how EdgeOne supports them. So first, for customer with ICP license, you can host directly within mainland China and get ultimate ultra-low latency. but they can still be challenging, like the slow downloads, origin overheat during period, and unauthorized deep linking. So H1 addresses this with reserve bandwidth to handle traffic spikes, optimize caching and routing, cross-border acceleration for upstream fetching, and edge-level token authentication for better access control. And this results smoother delivery, better offload, and a consistent fast user experience. And for customers who don't have ICP license, it's okay still. In this case, content can't be hosted directly within mainland China, but you can still serve China users effectively with H1's cross-border acceleration. So we route traffic through our Hong Kong POPs and dedicated VIP channels on the edge of China, so avoiding congestions on the public internet. And this helps solve the common challenges like poor performance for static and dynamic content, API latencies for services like e-commerce or travel, and concerns around compliance and data privacy. And for the result, this is a fully compliant setup with fast, reliable delivery, even without hosting inside mainland China. We will show you a use case later. And now let's look at security. H1 defends against volumetric DDoS attacks and bot traffic right at the edge, helping keeping your infrastructure safe and available. We understand that China's threat pattern can differ from the rest of the world, and most customers don't want to manually manage basic WAF or bot rules. And that's why H1 uses AI-powered detection and machine learning-based rate control to block all WAF's top 10 threats, automatically with our minimal manual intervention. So we also provide visualized mitigation reports and auto-upgrading WAF rules, giving you both clarity and control without operational burdens. And for more advanced scenarios, H1 offers flexibility through edge functions. This allows you to run JavaScript-based logic right at the edge. So you can rewrite headers, trigger APIs, run A/B tests, or even authenticate requests with external services. So it's a lightweight, seamless, and easy to integrate into modern workflows. And to go a step further, we also provide bot management Premier, which is a powerful solution to prevent account takeover attacks and other sophisticated bot behaviors. It uses a combination of client fingerprinting, device attestation, and SDK-based signals to distinguish between real users and malicious actors. So this is all done automatically with high accuracy. So in short, it is a developer-friendly, security-focused set of tools built to handle today's complex API and bot threats. And it's also worth remembering that Tencent is not just a cloud provider. We're a technology leader in China and increasingly a global player in cloud computing, AI, and secure digital infrastructure. Our products like WeChat, QQ Music, and VTV are used by 98% of internet users in China, accounting for over 40% of their total online time. That gives us unmatched insight into local user behaviors, which we bring into Tencent Cloud's platform and services. So from powering some of the world's top games and social apps to enable secure, compliant enterprise services, Tencent Cloud is backed by AI-driven performance, end-to-end security, and more than 25 years of experience in large-scale threat detection. We also offer tools like WeCom for enterprise collaborations and are actively expanding our AI innovations with our large language models like Hunyuan and Yuanbao, now performing competitively on the global benchmarks. So when you work with Tencent Cloud, you're partnering with the same infrastructure that powers much of the China's internet, and increasingly the global internet too. Okay, finally, let's walk through some of the success stories that let's see how some of the world's leading brands are using Tencent Cloud H1 to overcome challenges in China and achieve measurable results. So first, let's talk about company P. It is a top-tier luxury sports car manufacturer based in Germany. They were previously using a global CDN provider. So we helped them migrate 18 domains over 40 days with zero downtime. And to ensure a smooth transition, we used a phased migration via DNS scheduling. So we start with just 1% of the traffic, gradually increase to 100%. And this approach adds an extra layer of reliability and risk mitigation. And within the first month post-migration, we observed over 200 CC attacks and more than 68K WAF-related threats were mitigated. And for the result, there's 60% reduction in latency for large file downloads, significantly improving user experience for the customers in China. So this was a full stack development involving both static and dynamic content delivery. And it showcased our EdgeOne's capability to handle large, complex migrations safely and efficiently. Next, let me walk you through a company O, which is a market leader in maritime innovation based in Norway. But unlike company P, this customer did not have an ICP license. This means they could not host content directly within mainland China. To address this issue, we implemented our cross-border acceleration solution, delivering content from our Hong Kong edge nodes. This allows them to stay fully compliant while still reaching mainland users with strong performance. The migration involves 3 domains, and it was completed within just 7 days, with zero downtime throughout the whole process. And for the result, there's a 30% reduction in page load time compared with their previous provider, despite not serving within mainland China. So this showcases a reliable, high-performance experience for their users for China audiences, with no compromise on legitimacy, speed, or ease of management. So to wrap up, the opportunity in China is massive, but only if you can solve the regulations, operations, and performance issues. Whether you use Tencent Cloud or not, make sure your China strategy is first fully compliant, operationally efficient, and built for cross-border speed. At the end of the day, it's just not about faster load time or attack mitigation. It's about building trust, consistency, and long-term loyalty with users in China. By delivering secure, simple, and fast digital experience with Tencent Cloud EdgeOne, global brands are turning what used to be regulatory and technical roadblocks into their competitive advantage, and turning first-time users into loyalty customers. So thank you for joining today. If you'd like to learn more or explore how this could apply to your business, just click on the link provided with this presentation. Thank you.